Please like my videos, please subscribe to my channel, and please press the bell icon so that you get to know when my latest video has come. And to learn more and to find a video relevant to you, please do check out my videos list. Hello, Namaskar and Adab to all my friends from your friend astrologer and guide Irfan, once more with you from your very own channel Astro Assurance. Today we will talk about how debilitated planets give results in different houses in the horoscope. Now we know that different debilitated planets can give different results. So I will be making a series of how Mercury debilitated in the Lagna, Mercury debilitated in the second, third, fourth house gives results, then Jupiter, Venus and so on. And also how they give different results in different signs. So this is the first in the series where I am going to talk about how debilitated planets give results in different houses, and then we'll carry on from there. So firstly, just keep this in mind that different debilitated planets in the same house will give different results. But there will be certain commonalities to how debilitated planets will give results in a certain house. So for example, in the first house, debilitated planets, the generic or the same undercurrent is that debilitated planets are like a dead weight. Now my guru used to tell me that if you are say 50 kilos and you are running, you will be able to run at a certain speed. If you add 5 more kilos, 50 to 55 is not too much weight, but if you are 75 and if you add another 5 kilos, it will be much harder to you run faster, because even every kilo will count. However, he used to say that if you add 5 kilos of dead weight at any weight, if you are 50 and if you have a rock which is 5 kilograms and it is chained to your leg, okay, with a chain, and you have to drag the rock to run, then he used to say that any weight that you are, whether you are at 50 or 60 or 70, dragging that 5 kilos of extra weight will slow you down tremendously. And that is the difference he used to say, that is between a adding weight, that is between a weak planet and a debilitated planet. A weak planet will make you work a little harder to manifest results of that planet, but a debilitated planet, as the shlokas say, has almost zero energy. And so when you have zero energy, it is like a dead planet, and it is also many times spoken as a Mrityu Avastha planet, which is debilitated. It has no strength. So Mrityu Avastha is also called about 85 at 0 degrees. However, debilitated planets have also been spoken about in the same language, that they have just no strength. They almost act like a planet which is a Mrityu Avastha planet or no strength planet. However, the debilitated planet have a unique result when they are placed in certain houses. They give you the opposite manifestation of the strength of the planet. So for example, if Mercury is debilitated, instead of the analytical ability of Mercury, now the creative side, what is the opposite side of analytical ability? Rather than being analytical, looking at data, numbers, quantitative analysis, you go into qualitative analysis. You become subjective. So your perceptions, your way of thinking, your attitude, all comes into how you analyze things rather than going with numbers. So which means if you are not using analytical ability, then you are using your creative ability, your imagination, to be able to think in a certain manner. And that's what is the difference between a debilitated planet and a normal planet. A debilitated planet gives you the opposite manifestation of what the strength of the planet is. So a wise Jupiter will tend to become more clever or even a manipulative person if it becomes debilitated. So debilitated Jupiter is not so very bad, especially in the 10th house to an extent. Saturn on the other hand, if it gets debilitated, then you, rather than working hard, you have strains of Rahu. You want to become more smarter at work, and you don't want to work so hard. However, if you work both hard and smart, then obviously you will have better results. So the other side of the energies of the planet manifests itself when the planet is debilitated. But if you try to use the planet like a normal planet, then it becomes a dead weight. It is difficult for you to carry that energy. So let's see how at a generic level a debilitated planet in different houses can give you different results. Let's start with the first house first. Now, what does the first house stand for? Your status in society, your prestige, how other people see you, your overall health, then what kind of a pride and self-respect that you have, your thinking ability, and your overall general health, not just physical health, but your emotional health, your aptitude, all of that is constituted by the Lagna. So if any debilitated planet comes into the Lagna, then the challenge for the individual is to work harder to be able to exert better results of the Lagna, which means to work harder in able to create a certain prestige in society, to carry self-respect, to make a place in society so that people see him or her in a certain manner, that people respect you, and people see you as a person who is respectful also. And so to be able to have a status in society, stature in society, and to keep good health, you have to work harder. It is like any decision that you take in life, that decision will have different manifestations. For example, if you are having a child, then obviously there is an emotional angle to it, there is an analytical angle to it, there is a wisdom angle to it. Analytical angle is that can I really support the child or not? Do I have the money or not? And I and my spouse both are working, and whether we will be able to take care of the child or not. So there is an analysis involved. However, there are emotions involved, that it will be such a good thing to have a child, and it will be a bundle of joy for us, or how much happiness it will bring to our lives. And then the wisdom part, Jupiter kicks in, that this is the right time for us to have a child, because we are both working, we are both able to support the child. Later on we may not be able to do that. So the wisdom part also kicks in, the emotional part is also there, the analytical part is also there. However, if one of the energies is very, very poor, for example, if the wisdom is not there, then a couple who are even struggling just because they take a more emotional decision that a child will be a bundle of joy for us, they are not wise enough, that their situation is not so good, both of them are struggling, are working very, very hard, and they just don't have time for the child, but they bring the child into the world, then both the child suffers and the parents suffer. So what happens is, one energy of the planet, whichever planet is debilitated in the Lagna, pulls down the entire manifestation of the results of the house, and hence one has to be a little careful, and one has to become more creative in the opposite energies of the house if there is a debilitated planet in the Lagna or in any house. So here, if you have a debilitated planet, the other manifestation is you are misled, or you assume that you are taking a wise decision. Even if you have a debilitated Jupiter in the Lagna, you assume that you have the wisdom and the foresight to take a wise decision, but you fall flat, and then the challenges increase. Then because you are being pulled down, the decision is not very wise, then the way the people see you, your status in society, your thinking, your anxiety, your frustration, all boils you down and pulls you down. So somewhere something will be missing. If there is a debilitated planet in the Lagna, the energy will be missing. How much you are able to manifest the results of that house will be missing. Your strength and your speed, and to the extent that you can take your status forward, your health forward, your thinking ability forward, the choices that you make with no debilitated planet in the Lagna will be contrary to if you have the debilitated planet in the Lagna. That much more effort would be required, that much more energy would be required, that much more hard work will be required to pull the dead weight along of the debilitated planet, and not to be misled. So if you have a debilitated planet in the Lagna, be conscious of the fact which is the energy which you are missing, and what is the contrary energy that you have got, whether it's debilitated Jupiter, Mercury, Mars, whatever planet it is, and keeping that in mind, then work forward, and that is the result that you will have with a debilitated planet in the Lagna. Definitely a challenge, as long as you're conscious of the fact, and you're able to take care of which energies is missing, and you're able to balance it, counterbalance it with a stronger energy of some other planet, then it helps. So if your wisdom is missing, then you have to be more analytical and think more creatively to ensure that you get success of the Lagna if wisdom is missing. On the other hand, if wisdom is there but the analytical ability is missing, then you'll have to work much more harder to ensure that you're making the right choices, intelligent, practical, pragmatic choices, and not being misled by the creative, imaginative side of Mercury, for example. and that is the result of a debilitated planet in the Lagna for you. A debilitated planet in the second house is a challenge in 3-4 areas of your life: earning, saving, livelihood, and your ability to carry your life with principles and values, and to be able to carry yourself as a person who behaves in a very ethical manner with moral conduct, and you are also a person who earns livelihood through the right means, is a hard worker and will not bat an eyelid when it comes to working hard to make savings, to accumulate resources, so that he is able to fend for his family. So here a debilitated planet becomes a dead weight in being able to preserve or get enough money. So either it becomes a challenge in your livelihood or it becomes a challenge in your savings. So one manifestation of the house will be dragged down because of a debilitated planet, because the debilitated planet is a dead weight. It drags you down, it makes you work harder to manifest that particular area of the house. Here you will also see that sometimes your language, the words that you use, don't come easy to you. So you want to say something, but something else comes out of your mouth, and then you think that no, I didn't mean that, I wanted to say this. Or you write a mail and you send it, and somebody else misreads it in some other manner, and then they come back to you and say, is this what you meant? And you say, no, this is not what I meant, and you're misunderstanding me. So sometimes your choice of words may not be right, or sometimes you may be misunderstood by somebody else because your language is not supporting you, and also because you are not seen as a person who, because there is some confusion in people's mind in terms of your language and your principles and how they see you, whether you're a person of ethics, then sometimes you will have to work harder in how you present yourself, so that people don't see you otherwise, don't see you as a person who is dishonest or not somebody who can carry himself with ethical and moral values. Then the journey had become harder if you falter. And so with a debilitated planet in the second house, be more careful not to send the wrong message across, not to pursue in the wrong direction. That is the other thing debilitated planet in the second house does. It misleads you into a direction where you will not be able to get the results of that house. So a debilitated planet in the second house will push you in a different direction, from where the livelihood will be tougher, the savings will be tougher, the earnings will be harder. And so if you have a debilitated planet in the second house, be more clear of what is the energy that you're missing. Is it the analytical ability you're missing? Is it the wisdom that you're missing? Is it the emotional backing, thinking emotionally intelligent that is missing to you? Or not being able to work in a structured, organized manner that a Saturn can bring to you, so that over a period of time you can accumulate more resources. So with a debilitated planet in the second house, it will be harder for you to not be able to carry yourself and to push forward. So be careful of what is the energy you're missing, and then you have to strengthen some other energy to balance the energy of the debilitated planet, and that is the result of a debilitated planet in the second house for you. Challenge definitely in earnings and savings. However, if you use your imagination, if you use your creativity, understanding where the challenge is, where the weakness is, and balance it with some counter energy. So if analytical ability is missing, you use your wisdom to be able to counter that, and then think or depend on a wise counsel to show you the right direction, or take 2 or 3 take decisions in different directions to see which is actually manifesting for you. Then you may be able to overcome and get better results out of the second house also, with a debilitated planet in the second house for you. With a debilitated planet in the third house, the dead weight now is around getting results from your effort, because the third house is the house of effort, is the house of how much you are able to get out of your self enterprise, and through your hard work how much success you are able to get. It is also a karma bhav. So you try a lot of things, you put in a lot of hard work, but many times you find that the harder you work, you may not be able to get enough results. The other thing is, a debilitated planet in the third house also may make you run around a lot and yet get less results, because the third house is about short journeys or running around to get your results. And yeah, you may also have to work harder on how other people see you from a marketing point of view, from a branding point of view. So whatever ideas you have, whatever sales you have, or whatever influencing that you want to do to others, you will have to work harder, and you'll have to use more than one means. So if you're marketing and you're trying to send a marketing brochure across, you will not only have to use audiovisual, you'll also have to use an email, for example. You may have to possibly pick up the phone and also call or talk. So you have to use 2 or 3 means to be able to get efforts or manifest the results of that house. A debilitated planet will pull you down there if you don't use the creative side of yourself. If it's the Mercury planet which is debilitated, it will be larger challenge than some other house, because here the third house has natural energies of Mercury. So depending on which planet is debilitated in the third house, use the balancing energies of the other house. So if you find that your emotional quotient is less, your moon is weak in the third house because of being debilitated in Scorpio, for a Virgo ascendant native, the ascendant is Virgo, then use Mercury energies, use your analytical abilities to be able to strengthen and use your analytical ability to make decision. Don't depend on your emotional quotient, because the emotional quotient will be pulling you down. So don't depend on that energy which is debilitated, depend on the other energy and put harder effort in the other energies to take you along. Otherwise your communication will go wrong, your hard work will go wrong, your marketing branding will go wrong, and you will not be able to do something out of your self-enterprise. This can be a challenging position for people who are doing their own business or who are their own bosses, or if you are the leader in a department or you have a responsible position in a department, you have enough autonomy, then this can be a challenge if you have a debilitated planet in the third house. A debilitated planet in the fourth house can be a challenge on your resources side, because the fourth house is the house of material resources, and also your domestic happiness and your mental peace. So a debilitated planet in some way can be a dead weight where you have to work harder to have the mental peace and have the domestic happiness in your life, and this will also make you harder to get good results out of the material resources, which means to get a good house, to build a beautiful house, you will have to work harder. So sometimes it may be that you buy a house but you are not able to put those things in the house which you really like, so you have to wait for some time and you have to work harder to put those things in the house which you really want there. Or you buy a plot of land but you wait for time to construct it, or you buy a house on installments and you have to spend so many years to pay off the debt and the loans that you have taken on your head. So with a debilitated planet, it will make some manifestation of the house in which it is placed harder to come by, and you will have to use the opposite energies of the planet, the creativity and the imaginative energies, rather than the practical energies of the planet, to be able to get better results. With the fourth house, because the fourth house is also about your emotions, so you will also find that some emotional upheavals come to you from time to time, and you have to be more clear in your head and you have to be more emotionally balanced so that you can ride over the emotional challenges which come from time to time. Domestic environment can sometimes jolt you, and sometimes it could hit you. You may not be able to get the complete happiness out of the support of your family, also of your spouse or your children or your parents. So somewhere, someplace, something they will always be missing. If on the emotional front things are good, then on the material resources front things may be challenged if there is a debilitated planet in the fourth house. So depending on what planet it is, use the contrary energies or the other energies to what the planet is. So for example, if the Lagna is of Aries and then Mars goes and gets debilitated in the fourth house in Cancer, then you know that the energy is missing, the aggression is not there, to do things for the family may be missing, and there may be misplaced aggression. So here you will have to depend on the wisdom of Jupiter more, or the creative abilities, the emotional sense of the moon more, which can balance the fourth house if, say for example, Mars gets debilitated in the fourth house and there is aggression. So always use the counter energies of the other planets to be able to balance the energies of the debilitated planet so that you can have a smoother ride. With a debilitated planet in any house, you will never have the complete smoother ride. But if you balance enough with the other energies which are balancing energies to that house, then you can have an easier time than some other time. And that is the result of a debilitated planet in the 4th house for you. With a debilitated planet in the 5th house, there can be some issue around how your career is manifesting, because the 5th house is the 8th house to the 10th house. So you will never feel settled in your career. You will always find that you are being either pulled in different directions, or you are working in one project and something else is given to you. So you sometimes feel that you are juggling between 2 or 3 things at any given point of time. So there is so much to do, you are not able to take care of any one of them to satisfaction or to completion the way you want. So by the time you finish up one thing, something else is missing, or something else is already on your head, or 2 or 3 things have to be done in a certain way, in a certain quality, and everything has to be completed at a certain quality in a certain time, and you are juggling all the time with issues of work. So the obstacles and issues with the 5th house being 8th to the 10th house are always there. And because that planet is debilitated, whichever it is, whether it's Moon or Jupiter or Mercury, that is not allowing you to completely use your full energies to be able to handle issues at job or problems of job or the project at hand. So the juggling factor comes in, because you're not only juggling work, but you're also juggling the energies, because one of the important energies is missing. Either the analytical energy is missing if Mercury gets debilitated, or the emotional strength to be able to stand up to challenges and the frustrations and yet be able to do things right, to be emotionally intelligent is missing, or the wisdom to be able to handle these with patience is missing, or to be organized and handle everything in a planned and organized manner which Saturn gives, that may be missing. So there could be a challenge from a work perspective where you're juggling things, and so if you are not organized, then you'll have to have the wisdom that which do I do first, because I'm not able to handle so many. So then if Saturn is debilitated, then Jupiter will have to kick in. If Mercury is debilitated for example in the 5th house, then Mars will have to kick in, where you know that okay, I need to be emotionally intelligent about this, whether I can do something or not, or what is giving me the frustrations, what are giving me the anxieties, and I don't want to get into this space. So the balancing energies will have to be strengthened to be able to balance the dead weight of the debilitated planet in the 5th house. The other things definitely can give you a challenge in speculation. So if your analytical ability is poor, you may invest money in something which will not give you the kind of gains you are expecting. If Jupiter is missing, the wisdom and the foresight to know whether the investment is in the right direction may be missing. Or if Moon is debilitated, you may take an emotional decision thinking this is the right thing for me, which may be counterproductive for you. The choice making ability may also go down. So be a little careful with a debilitated planet in the 5th house, because 3 or 4 things can happen. 5th house is also the house of romance. So debilitated planet can make you go through more romantic frustrations, more emotional upheavals. Children and birth in the childbirth can become an issue with the debilitated planet in the 5th house. Child's education may sometimes also take time. If your own education is okay and you have not struggled, if you have a debilitated planet in the 5th house, then the child education may also struggle. So if it's a debilitated planet in the 5th house, even your education is not the best, it doesn't come easy to you. But some area of the 5th house definitely you have to be, the dead weight you will feel, and you have to drag your feet, you have to work that much more harder to manifest it, and that is the result of a debilitated planet in the 5th house for you. With a debilitated planet in the 6th house, here the 6th house being the house of energy, source, towards working with to serve others, and using all your energy to be able to manifest, to heal others, to support others, and being also the house of competition. So you will find with a debilitated planet in the 6th house, sometimes the ability to be able to overcome competition, handle competition, and be able to understand the machinations of competition and their own manipulations and their own tactics may not be good enough. So sometimes you are always playing catch up to competition. You find that competition is ahead of you and you are always playing catch up. and most of the time you may also see that you're reacting because you are not the one who was playing the first move. So somebody else does something to you, makes a complaint or writes a bad email to you, and you're always trying to explain and get things right, or sort things out at work or in your career. So service related issues, challenges with colleagues, challenges with people who work below you or under you becomes a challenge with a debilitated planet in the 6th house. Health can also be an issue with a debilitated planet in the 6th house. Sometimes chronic ailments may also come up which you're not aware of, and it takes more effort for you to overcome it, and it takes a longer medication before you get better. And the digestive organs can also play spoil sport with the debilitated planet in the 6th house. So if you have a debilitated planet in the 6th house, be careful of who you're working with, whether the people are happy with you or not. They're saying something to your face, something else is happening behind your back, because otherwise you will always be playing catch up. You will never be able to overcome competition, and you'll have to drag and work harder to be able to get promoted, to get ahead in your career. So if you have a debilitated planet in the 6th house, use the other balancing energies which may able to help you overcome the challenges posed by the debilitated planet. If Mercury is debilitated here, then try and use the hard work and enterprise of Mars to put in more hard work and to be more assertive in how you present yourself, so that you don't face challenges, you don't face issues. So use the balancing energies of the other planet rather than carrying along the dead weight of the debilitated planet, so that you get better results with a debilitated planet in the 6th house. With a debilitated planet in the 7th house, your partnerships, marriage, relationships with the opposite sex, with the opposite gender, in your marital relationships, and in business, these can be a challenge, and working with people, other people on a day-to-day basis, because the 7th house is the house of working with people and dealing with people on a day-to-day basis. So you will find that sometimes you always may play a catch-up, or you have to work harder on making partnerships or keeping relationships, or there will be at least one relationship which is always a tough nut for you to crack. Either it could be with the spouse, or it could be with a boss, it could be with a friend, it could be with a sibling, it could be with a parent, because the 7th house is the house of relationships. One key relationship in your life will always trouble you, or trouble you the most. So if you have a debilitated planet in the 7th house, then it's important that you expect less from partnership, expect less from the opposite party, and you put in harder work. And because you're expecting less and you're doing more, then the relationship survives, the partnership survives, and the reciprocation also comes for you. If you expect more and you have a debilitated planet, you may be misled into thinking that you are doing enough and you are doing more than sometimes what is needed, and the other party is not doing enough. So you may be misled into thinking that way, and then that spoils the relationship. On the other hand, you may be putting in enough effort, you may be doing enough, but because there is a debilitated planet, so there is a dead weight around the relationship itself. The partner is not able to reciprocate how much that you expect from the relationship, from the teamwork, from the the union that you have, or from the marital relationship that you have. So if you have a debilitated planet in the 7th house, expect less, work harder on the relationship, use your imagination and your creativity, and use the balancing energies of the other planets rather than be dragged by the dead weight of the debilitated planet. So if you have Jupiter, which is debilitated in the 7th house, then use the energies of Saturn. Be more organized, be more disciplined in your relationship, use your emotional quotient stronger, give more, nurture more, strengthen your moon more, strengthen the emotional quotient more, be emotionally intelligent, that sometimes you have to give more. If Jupiter is debilitated and you see that the wisdom may not be strong enough for you to make the right choices. So if you're playing the balancing act and if you're using the other energies, then you can still sustain with a debilitated planet in the 7th house as long as you are expecting less and contributing more and then waiting for the reciprocation to happen, which will happen in due time. You just need to learn to be patient where it comes to the debilitated planet in the 7th house. A debilitated planet in the 8th house is a mixed bag. Why it is a mixed bag? Because the 8th house is the house of upheaval, challenges, obstacles, issues, and sudden ones. So many times a debilitated planet will subdue, especially if it's a challenging planet regarding the 8th house. For example, if Mercury gets debilitated in Pisces in the 8th house, then the analytical ability is missing. So the analytical ability to handle or overcome obstacles, challenges and issues is missing. However, at the same time, because the planet is getting debilitated in the 8th house, the challenges and issues or obstacles may not be as alarming, as big coming from that planet, because it is debilitated and it is not able to throw that much of a big planet challenge at you. So Mercury will not really put a bigger challenge on you to really use your analytical ability, because it is debilitated in the 8th house. So because it is not strong enough, so the larger problem of throwing a more higher challenge at you will not come from the manifestation of that planet. Some other planet may still give you more challenges of the 8th house, but if Mercury gets debilitated in the 8th house, a larger problem from analytical ability may not come. If Jupiter gets debilitated in the 8th house, you may not face an issue where you have to use all your wisdom to overcome that challenge, because the planet is subdued. So the challenge from that planet in the 8th house is also subdued. However, on the other hand, what happens is, because the energy of the planet is missing, if the obstacle happens, if the issue happens, if the problem happens, then you don't have the strength from that planet to be able to handle it well. So if there is an obstacle in your life, sudden issue in your life, then if Mercury is debilitated, the analytical ability to handle that thing immediately is not there. So for example, there is a fire incident or there is an accident. So the analytical ability which comes from Mercury, if Mercury is debilitated in the 8th house, doesn't come immediately. So then you have to work on the other strength. For example, use your emotional intelligence strength, be emotionally strong and calm yourself and say, okay, I may not be thinking right now, let me call up somebody and ask that person. So if your Mercury is debilitated in the 8th house, have somebody who is a wise counsel who you can reach out to immediately, or depend on the other person who is with you rather than you trying to take an analytical decision, because there may be a challenge in your analytical decision, or it may go wrong, or you may have to work harder on getting it right. So use the other energies of the other planets to either be emotionally intelligent, or use your wise counsel, or use your creativity and imagination rather than use your analytical ability. Say for example, if Mercury gets debilitated, if Jupiter gets debilitated, then the wisdom is lacking, then obviously you'll have to depend on your analytical ability more, your emotional intelligence more, and the ability to make the right choices with Mercury and Moon rather than depend on Jupiter. So the debilitated planet in the 8th house is not that much of a challenge for that planet. However, when the issue comes, the challenge comes, then you'll have to work doubly hard to overcome that issue. And so that is the challenge and the manifestation of a debilitated planet in the 8th house. A debilitated planet in the 9th house can put a spoke in your learning ability, because here 9th house is the house of higher learning and education, and especially if these three planets, any of these planets, either Moon or Jupiter, Mercury gets debilitated, then your thinking ability, the ability to focus and to use your mind energy, the strength of your mind to be able to get the learning or to understand it better and to be able to reproduce it, say for example in an examination or in a situation which is an examination for you, may not be best. If Saturn gets debilitated, then having an organized, structured approach to learning, to using a higher learning and higher wisdom, either in examination or when facing challenges in life, or when the doors of fate and luck don't open for you, which the 9th house represents, becomes a challenge. So if you have a debilitated planet in the 9th house, you will find that you will have to work harder on any one dissemination of the house, either in education or your relationship with bosses, with your gurus, and not with bosses. That comes to the 10th house. With your father, with your gurus, with your teachers, there is definitely some drag with a debilitated planet, and there may be some misunderstandings also. So be careful when you have a debilitated planet in the 9th house. You will have to sometimes struggle in getting your learning right, to getting your qualification right, to getting your high learning right, and to learning from your experiences. So many times you go through the same experience 2 or 3 times before it kicks into you. That I need to be more careful. So you have 2 or 3 small accidents before you realize that, okay, I need to drive more safer, because I'm getting into 2 or 3 accidents. The first accident doesn't jolt you up to handle issues of driving more carefully. So there will always be one thing which drags on for 2 or 3 times before it kicks into you, before the higher learning comes to you, high experience learning comes to you, that this is a problem area for me, I need to be more careful. And sometimes the doors in fate and luck open for you later. So maybe generally with a debilitated planet in the 9th house, the doors in fate and luck open for you after your 30th year. So you'll find that after your 30th year, slowly you do much better than in your first 30 years of your life. So with a debilitated planet in the 9th house, you'll have to learn to be more patient and try and use your imaginative and creative energies, and see whether you can use creativity and imagination or balancing of some other planet which is not debilitated to counter the debilitated planet. So if Jupiter is debilitated in the 9th house, for example, the wisdom is missing on how to handle life's issues, life challenges, how to approach people from other cultures, how to handle travel related issues or challenges, or how to use your higher learning, in which direction, for example, the wisdom may be missing. Then you may use your analytical ability, you may use the choices, either make the right choices with using the moon, or use dedicated structured effort of a Saturn, or use a sheer willpower of a Mars to be able to overcome the challenge by putting a lot of hard work and putting long hours to overcome that challenge. Or be patient and bid your time, and then the doors of fate and luck will open for you with a debilitated planet in the 9th. With a debilitated planet in the 10th house, issues with challenges at work may come to you from time to time. As long as you have good relations with your supervisors and managers, this is this can still be a balanced position, because a debilitated Jupiter, for example, is not the worst of placements, but a debilitated moon or Mercury can become a larger problem for you than a debilitated Jupiter. Why? Because sometimes Jupiter becomes too wise if it's strong and doesn't allow you to take the clever decisions, the tactful decisions, the slightly manipulative decisions, the balancing decision which you may need to take in today's world. So a debilitated Jupiter is less harmful than a Mercury or a moon, which can throw more challenges. The worst planet to be debilitated in the 10th house is Saturn in Aries for a Cancer ascendant native, because then you'll have to work much more harder. You may find that there are 3, 4, 5 different industries you need to change, or jobs that you need to change, and sometimes a phase comes to you when everything goes right for you, and then sometimes a phase comes to you where everything goes south, doesn't work out. So with a debilitated Saturn, try and never quit your jobs before you have another job at hand, and work on your relations with authority figures. And sometimes you yourself may not get the authority role easily, but you have to work really hard to be able to get there. So with a debilitated planet in the 10th house, which is a dead weight for you, use the other countering energies, balancing energies of the other planets to be able to counter the debilitated planet energies. If Saturn is strong, but if Jupiter is debilitated, then have a very organized, structured, hard work, committed approach, be emotionally intelligent, and use the higher power of analytics. Focus more on and looking at things practically rather than try to be very wise about things. You can depend on some other wise counsel if you still think you need to take wiser decisions rather than practical decisions, and that's how you handle a debilitated planet in the 10th house. A debilitated planet in the 11th house will give you challenges in your social network, in your social circle, and your ability to make friends, your ability to have a good network, your ability to have a good circle
which you can depend on, and you can say, yeah, these are my 4 a.m. friends, will not come easy. So you will have less people who you can depend on with a debilitated planet in the 11th house. You will find that the people who can really think that these people really understand me, these people are my well-wishers, they will stand by me, will be less. You may not, this is definitely not a placement for a celebrity who has a large, huge mass following and lots of thousands and lakhs of people love them, have adulation for them, unless it is a Mercury, because Mercury, analytical Mercury, converts into a very imaginative and creative Mercury. So Mercury debilitated in the 11th house can make you a great writer, a fictional writer, creative writer, and through that you get a lot of name, fame, adulation. Like J.K. Rowling, who has written Harry Potter kinds of placement. If your 9th house is also strong, and if your Lagna is also very strong. So with the 11th house having a debilitated planet, you have to work harder on creating the social interactions, to create the network, and also to solve challenges, larger life challenges. Small things can come easy for you, but the larger challenges of relationship, the larger challenges of investments, the larger challenges of how you can have a more success at work. If you're working in the large organization, having great success and not being lost in the melee will be a challenge. Sometimes you're not noticed when you have a debilitated planet in the 11th house. You're not noticed in the organization that this person exists, this person is contributing, and the appreciation and the reciprocation of that sometimes becomes missing with the debilitated planet in the 11th house. So use the counter energies of the other planets. If you have a debilitated planet in the 11th house, use your creative energies more to make creative relationship with people, or use creativity to make relations with people, to reach out to people and stand by them and work hard on having those relations, because it's people who are always more profitable than money. And here this can also be a challenging position for your wishes and desires to come true, because 11th house is the house of wishes and desires. So you'll have to work harder on getting your wishes and desires and your aspirations come true with a debilitated planet in the 11th house. So hard work is definitely needed. Countering the debilitated planet with the other energies of the other planets is definitely needed. So if you have a debilitated planet in the 11th house, be more creative, be more imaginative, work on the relationships, extended network, and try and create more friends, and you will find that you will have an easier time if you are able to work hard on that aspect, rather than taking it easy with relationships and making connections with other people are concerned. And that is the result of a debilitated planet in the 11th house for you. With a debilitated planet in the 12th house, your creativity, your imagination, and to be able to rise above the challenges in life sometimes comes at a challenge. This is also placement where sometimes you need to be, you are the one who visits the clinics more often. This can also be a challenge with working in MNCs, and if you're working in multinational corporation, you find it harder to either get in or to sustain or to keep your job. Many times I've seen that within 2 or 3 years, people changing from one MNC to another job and moving from one place to the, also with a debilitated planet in the 12th house. A person may also like to work in solitude and maybe a quieter person, even be an introvert with a debilitated planet in the 12th house, because then you like solitude and you don't like to mess around with many people, and you like to work, even if you're in a team, you may like to be left alone for some time. You may also like to have more personal time with a debilitated planet in the 12th house. You may also be a little more spiritual, and you may also be thinking of the life after this life and what things will happen, and you're a little spiritual around that. You may also like to do more charity, and sometimes you're a little spendthrift. You're not able to control your expenses because the debilitated planet doesn't allow you to think clearly where to spend and where not to spend. So you end up spending in directions where possibly you're not getting the best benefit. So sometimes this is the placement also being penny wise and pound foolish. So if you have a debilitated planet in the 12th house, take proper care of your health, take control of your expenses, don't spend money without thinking hard whether this is really needed, and the dead weight of the planet which is dragging you down, being debilitated, counter it with other the other energies of the planet. So if you have a debilitated moon in Scorpio in the 12th house for a Sagittarius ascendant native, for example, then depend on the wisdom of Jupiter, because the Lagna Lord is Jupiter, and don't be led by emotions, because emotions will be a downfall. This can be a spiritual position also. This can be a very intuitive position also, where a lot of deja vu happens to you, as if you have been there and done that. And sometimes you have very vivid dreams with this, and you may have sometimes unusual sexual preferences also, and you may be more imaginative also with this. So a spiritual placement, wanting to a charity work, wanting to help people also. Some challenges may happen with a debilitated planet working in MNCs or foreign countries. However, if you use the balancing energies of the other planets better, then it is still an okay position with a debilitated planet in the 12th house if expenses and health and you're not making unreasonable plans is managed. And that is the placement of the debilitated planet in the 12th house for you. So friends, now that we have talked about the placement of debilitated planet in the 12th houses, I will be doing a series of exactly which planet when it gets debilitated and what house can give you different results. Look into your own horoscope and see if you have a debilitated planet, how it is manifesting, what kind of result it is giving to you, and balance it with the other planets, the energies, so that you can be able to override the debilitation, use creativity and imagination better rather than the practical energies of the planet, and you will find that you will do okay with a debilitated planet in different houses for you. So friends, like this video, share this video, and if you're looking for a personal consultation from me, please reach out to me, the links given below. Until some other time with some other video, this is your friend astrologer and guide Irfan signing off. Ciao.